I'm looking for when I need it. Never can. So stupid, so stupid, so stupid. All right, guys, what's going on? I'm already irritated today. Whoopee. Don't have any beer, so I'm drinking ice cold water. Yay. So I got this because I ran out because I had a TX2K party this past weekend, and it was awesome. I had a great time. Drank a little too much beer. Actually had friends stop by I never get to see. My friends Kyle and Colt, they came by. My buddy Cody was here. Will and Irvin stopped by, so it was pretty cool. We had a good time. I'm a little disappointed that Irvin didn't bring his car. Whack. I really wanted to see his 300ZX. It's a pretty dope car. I think he had a few races to get to that night, so I kind of get it. He wanted to make sure the car is ready to go out and probably make some actual money instead of hanging out here and being a drunk idiot like me, because I'm pretty sure, I know, Irvin doesn't drink, so it doesn't matter. But that's beside the point, so let's move on. I guess one thing I should say right off the bat, no, my car's not 1,000 horsepower. Yes, I know that before everyone starts flogging me for this. Yes, I know. Get over it. Let's move on. So if you see the title of this, it's going to say, can you handle a 1,000 wheel horsepower car? I'm getting at this because I see more and more kids who don't, one, never have driven a manual car, number two, don't ever have or never had a big power car in their entire life. They're going from, say, like a stock Civic, or they have a Celica or something, and then say they finish college, or they come into money, or something happens and all of a sudden they say, boom, I want a fast car. Great. They get a fast car, something that makes 800 wheel horsepower, 900, maybe 1,000 wheel horsepower if they have the money, and they wreck it, they break it, something goes wrong. Or I shouldn't even say 1,000 wheel horsepower, 400 or 500 horsepower, and you don't know how to drive. Why do you think there's so many Mustang accidents? The car's affordable, it makes good power, and kids are idiots. You know, I mean, you can be a young kid and you can get a Mustang, they're cheap. They're throwaway cars. I mean, no offense to anyone who has a Mustang, but they are. I mean, they're throwaway cars. They're perfect. They're great little cars, but they're a throwaway car, kind of like the Camaro and stuff. I mean, the newer ones just aren't really worth anything unless you have the Z01 or the GT500. Maybe they'll be worth something someday, but the SSs, the GTs and stuff, they're just kind of throwaway cars. They're not exactly built the greatest either. So I just see more and more kids getting these cars and just kind of throwing them away. You know, it's scary sometimes, like when you go to these events, and like I've seen the kids do it. I mean, I don't say I'm the best driver in the world either, but I also know my limits. As soon as I feel something gets squirrely, or as soon as I'm unsure of something, I let out. Knock on wood, to this day, I've never had a real wreck. And I mean, I've been hard on cars and pushed them to their limits per se, but I know when to cut it off also. So it's one more of those videos again, guys. Like, what is your opinion on this? I mean, what have you seen? What is your experience with it? Now that my car's making decent power, and I've been in faster cars before, actually the fastest car to this day still was, good God, I guess it was 11 years ago now. It was one of the very first underground racing TT Vipers, but back before they did the whole Lamborghini game, they actually started out with, I think, Mustangs, and then they got into the Vipers, and then they had a Viper customer who had a Lamborghini, my understanding, that trusted them, and they did that, and that's how they took off. But that was the first one I ever rode in, and we're going in Mexico. And I remember going like 180 and just looking beside me and seeing the trees and just imagining, like, if we hit one of those, we are dead because this thing's going to fall to pieces, and scaring the shit out of me. But that's beside the point again. It's all relative to what you can handle or what you think you can, I guess. I feel like there's too many young people out there, too many young kids that are getting these cars, or even just inexperienced people in general. I've seen older guys who get into a car and just mash the pedal and just gone right into a ditch, or something happens. It just seems to be more common with Mustang just because it's the best bang for your buck. And I think people are kind of geared towards that right now because of the whole crowd killer thing. I don't know. That's just my opinion, guys. I kind of want your feedback on that. And do you feel that, I think there's a lot more people out there right now saying they want all this big power and they can't handle it. I think the trend is have to have, and it really is big right now. I mean, we have, prime example would be the Dodge Demon. So right now with the Dodge Demon, thank you to Ron who brought this up to me the other day, you have to sign a waiver. It's a 2-page long waiver, and you got to initial off on each one of them. I'll actually flash it up over here, like in this general area right there. And there's a waiver. You have to sign this bad boy. You have to sign all of this before they'll give it to you. Now, it has some other clauses in there too, like saying that if you're paying MSRP or below MSRP, you're going to be getting one of the Dodge Demons first. If you're in a wreck, they are not liable for your wreck, et cetera, to handle the horsepower, You can only drive it in its street form. If you have it on its race mode or whatever, you cannot drive it on the street. If you're caught driving it on the street, they are not liable for it, etc. So there's all these waivers that go along with it, and you're talking about an 800 some horsepower car, and all these waivers are included. So I think people need to realize that is all that power necessary right up front? Yes, I mean, I'm kind of, you know, power hungry myself. My car's fast right now, but definitely could use some more power. I'm already kind of like, well, can we push it just a little bit more? You know, there is that power hunger. We are Americans, or at least I'm an American, I should say y'all. I mean, I've got all sorts of followers, and you guys, you're from all over the place. But for myself, as an American, we are power hungry people. It's kind of really bad because we kind of get a bad rap for that because we always want more and more, and we're excess. We have to have it all. I mean, look at my garage. Like, this isn't big enough. I want to go bigger. I want to go faster. I want everything. It's just that's how our society is. We always want more and more and more. And I get it. I just feel like some people need to take a step back and go, do I need this? Why do I want this? And should I go forward with it? But once again, this is my opinion, y'all. What do I know? I mean, I need you guys' feedback on this. Maybe I'm completely off on all of this, but that's just how I'm seeing it. I feel like there's too many young people getting these cars and just going buck wild and just gone. You know, the GT500s, Mustangs, Camaros. I've seen the Supras. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys know, there was one they called the Stair Climber. It was actually a bad rep a Supra owners had. I think that happened in 2011? Was it 2011 or 2012? H2OI, which is a big event once again, which is a stanced event. One of the Supras crashed and actually looked like it was climbing up the staircase. It actually wrecked that bad. The guy got injured pretty badly, destroyed the car completely, but just kind of, he tried to turn it off. I mean, this was back when Superforms were big. He kind of like, oh, I just barely got it. No, buddy, we're not stupid. We know you got on it. There was other people that said you did. It was wet out. You tried to show off, and it just didn't work out for you. Sometimes you just need to know your limits and just say, you know what, is it worth trying to show it right now to a bunch of people I'm never going to see again, that are never going to do anything, and if I fuck up, it is going to be all over the internet. Now, lucky for him, back in 2011 and stuff, yes, things got spread around the internet, but not like now. Not with as big as YouTube is, as Facebook, Instagram. Like, if you do something bad, it follows you really badly for the rest of your life, and it kind of haunts you in a way. So you really got to watch what you do if you want to be an idiot and try to be Mr. Powerful. All right, the other thing I want to talk about with you guys real quick was I got to speak with Brandon. I actually saw that Vlad from NSI Tuned down in North Carolina, he had posted up a little short video up on his Instagram, and I noticed a new gauge in his dash. I'm like, what is this? I hit up Brandon over at BTI, and boom, they're coming out with a new gauge already. I just showed you guys that update. Now he's coming out with a new touchscreen gauge, which I'll pop up here. It fits in a little bit different. Instead of being a circular 52 millimeter gauge, it is a full face gauge. I want to ask him a few more questions. I believe the back of it is a 52 millimeter, so it will slide right into the stock 52 millimeter hole that's in a Super Dash, which will help out some other people too, just for mounting reasons. I don't know 100% on that. I am assuming right now. I will have to get with him, and I can give you guys more information once I get a little bit more. I'll flash up a couple pictures here. It's a very neat little gauge. It's definitely something I would want. I just got mine updated though, and I like the way it's kind of stealth, so I don't know yet, but maybe I'll work something out with Brandon. We'll talk here, but this is something I would get, and it looks pretty neat. I love the fast color screen. It's touch screen with that. Ooh, fancy. It has just a bunch of neat little features. Like you can change the boost right from the screen now. So before, the other BTI gauge will display everything, but this will actually let you change functions on the fly to the ECU. So you can up or lower the boost and also change traction control on the fly. Very cool, a little upgrade for it. I really like that fact about it. For someone like myself, I'm already running one boost setting and then using my traction control. I don't per se need it besides the fact that it looks cool, but what I could get out of it is the fact that I could change my slip screen and all that kind of stuff, so I could turn traction control up, down, but I also have my little knob that I use for that. So for me, it wouldn't really do me much good besides the fact that it looks cool and I like the bigger screen about it. I don't know. It's also, some people, I already had friends that were showing it to, it's actually smaller. The screen looks about the same size, but the actual physical case and everything, the design is actually smaller than the Pro EFI style. And just a reminder too, the Pro EFI style has buttons on it. This does not. So it's, in my opinion, it's cleaner, better user-friendly, etc. But that's just my opinion on all this. All right, guys, thank you very much as usual. I appreciate you tuning in for this one. I just kind of want to get to everyone's gist on their ideas on this. I had a couple of people ask me about my garage again, which I might want to do another garage video or something like that. Some people have asked about it. It's my baby. I love being in here so much. I've spent 90% of my time in here, especially now that it's nice out in here in Pennsylvania. So maybe I'll do another video if there's anything you want to see about the garage or anything you're interested about. Like I said, I'm still looking for the whole I'll never decide on the list because I'm so indecisive. Hell, it took me a year and a half to pick out tool sets and to do all this to make sure I had the right design, which I got off of Seth's Garage because his setup's badass. Anyways, but thank you guys very much as usual. Love you all very much. Comment below, let me know what y'all think, and I'll talk to you later. Peace!